G'day guys, how's it going? My name is Aussie Tash and we are back with another Canadian reaction video. Mate, it's been a long time between drinks. It's time to get back into the history of Canada and learn about the roots of Canada. I'm really looking forward to getting into this video. I think this was just suggested to me by one of my members on Discord. Shout out to Karen. Let's get into it. I'm excited, but before we do, guys, please make sure to jump on, smash the subscribe button, and hit the notification bells for all future live streams and videos. Okay, let's get into it. How did the provinces and territories of Canada get their names? Let's go.
So a while back here on the channel, we looked into where the name of Canada came from. So while we already know the origins of this nation's name, today we're going to be digging a little deeper into the names within this country. Canada is a country split into 10 provinces and 3 territories. All of course have names, from names as well known to people as the name of Canada itself, like Quebec and Ontario, to more curious sounding names like Prince Edward Island, to pretty obvious to understand names like Northwest Territories. What's also interesting is how, while Canada is a country of 2 official languages, English and French, the name for a lot of these provinces and territories come from a different tongue, that tongue being the languages of the native people of Canada. So let's look at how these provinces and territories of Canada got their names. So let's start with the names of the provinces of Canada that have names that derive from the native peoples of Canada. Firstly, the most populated province in Canada, home to its largest city, Toronto, and the country's capital, Ottawa. This is of course the province of Ontario. The province of Ontario is named after Lake Ontario. This name comes from the Iroquois language word Canadario, and it's thought to mean things such as beautiful lake, great lake, or sparkling water. So yeah, Lake Ontario's name can be translated as Lake Great Lake. Next to Ontario, we have the province of Quebec. This is a name of Algonquin origin. Like Ontario, its name also relates to water, as it's thought to mean a narrow passage or strait, relating to how the St. Lawrence River would start to narrow where the city of Quebec would stand. 2 names of provinces of Canada come from the Cree language, those being Manitoba and Saskatchewan. With Manitoba...
Okay, alright, so the first 2. That's really cool. I love how the territories and the provinces are being named by, you know, the native people of Canada. That's really cool. In Australia, we are just starting to, probably about 5 years, we are starting to really acknowledge our, you know, the Indigenous elders of Australia, and a lot of famous things are actually being renamed back to the Indigenous names, like the Aboriginal name. Like, we don't call it Ayers Rock anymore, it's Uluru. So yeah, but this is really cool. I like this. All right, let's get back into it. Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
But we have another province named after a lake, that of course being Lake Manitoba.
Yes, Lake Manitoba.
Manitoba comes from the Cree term Man Intawapawa, which means the narrows of the Great Spirit,
due
to how it narrows more in the centre. Saskatchewan is too Cree and named after a body of water, though a river this time, not a lake. It's believed to mean swift flowing river. The Yukon Territory is too named after a river, the Yukon River, which resides in not only Canada but makes its way into Alaska too. It's thought this name comes from the lower Tanana word Yukuna, which means big river. The most northern territory of Canada is Nunavut, which not only includes a huge part of mainland Canada, but also many of the islands in northern Canada, and more or less borders Greenland. The name comes from the Inuit language Inuktitut and means our land. So residents of Nunavut might say, Nunavut is our land, and you're having none of it. Seeing as
none of it is our land, and you're having none of it. Mate, just have a go at my shirt. I got this jumper, mate, sent to me from an awesome watcher, viewer, subscriber on the channel. I love it, mate. See? It's just so cool. University of Takatoya. I can't pronounce it properly, but this is what I like. Tuck you. It's cool. It's awesome. But yeah, this is really cool. This make me want to do can you identify which is what province, which is what territory? I reckon I go all right, but it's in the middle that it's going to mess me about. I know it is, because I always get Alberta and Ontario mixed up. I know British Columbia is here. I know where Newfoundland Labrador is. I know where Quebec is. I know where New Brunswick is. But yeah, in the middle, I'm getting a little bit mixed up. Let's keep on going. This is a really cool video.
As we just talked about 2 of the territories of Canada, we might as well explain the name of the 3rd territory now. The Northwest Territory is called this as it's in the northwest of Canada.
Okay.
So aside from indigenous names, the key source we have for names of Canadian provinces come from the tea-sipping, forever-moaning, name-explaining British. You're welcome. Some of these names, however, might not seem that British at first glance, like with Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Nova Scotia is actually Latin and means New Scotland, which is something we discussed all the way back in the New United Kingdom video, named by Sir William Alexander when he received the land in 1621.
Okay.
William was a Scotsman, so named this land as the new version of his home.
Yeah.
Brunswick is a name that sounds suspiciously German, and that's because it's the anglicised name of the German town of Braunschweig. So why does this province in Canada with a German name have the British to thank for this? Well, when it was founded, it was named in honour of King George III, who also held the title Duke of Brunswick. New Brunswick, of course, isn't the only province to be named in honour of British royalty. Canada was part of the British Empire, remember, and the Empire just loved naming things after the royal family. There's Alberta too, which was named after Queen Victoria's fourth daughter, Princess Louise Caroline Alberta, and of course Prince Edward Island, named unsurprisingly after Prince Edward. British Columbia was already known somewhat as just Columbia, but the British part was added by Queen Victoria when it became a colony in 1859. The Columbia part of the name comes from the Columbia River, which wasn't named after Christopher Columbus, but rather the ship, the Columbia Rediviva. Finally, we have the one province with two names, Labrador and Newfoundland. These names differ from the rest as they are of Portuguese origin. The name Newfoundland...
Hold on. Did this guy just pronounce it Labrador and Newfoundland? It is Newfoundland and Labrador, right? That's just totally just confused me. This is a really, really cool video, guys. In the comments, let me know. Are you learning from this video? Did you know about this? Are these sort of things that you learn while you're in school and stuff like that? But yeah, your history is so cool because don't forget, mate, you're hundreds and hundreds of years, your history is like hundreds and hundreds of years older than Australia. Documented history. I'm going to say documented history because, you know, obviously we have the elders here in Australia before British settlement and British colonisation, but there's not much documented history, so yeah. All right, let's keep on going. I'm loving this.
Land should be pretty easy to interpret. When it was discovered, it was some new found land. Labrador, however, comes from the surname of Portuguese explorer João Fernandes Lavrador, which over time became just Labrador. But of course, the most important thing about all this is that these two names were used as names of two dog breeds. Those, of course, being the Newfoundland and the Labrador. Both of which are very good boys indeed. The Canadian provinces were suggested by...
The Newfie dog. I loved the story of the Newfie dog. I have done a video reaction to that. Guys, check it out. It's so cool. It was, I'm pretty sure it was from Canadiana. Mate, I talk about Canadiana all the time. I love his content. He's just incredible. And the Labrador. Well, you know, I've got a beautiful Labrador, all boosted. Mate, the dogs, they're not here. They're not fighting. They're probably, you know what? Honestly, they are probably rugged up in bed because it's too cold for them. They are such babies. All right, guys, what did you think about that? Very, very informative. I love history. Not just history about Australia, but obviously getting into the history of Canada. That was the video for today, guys. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course, remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. And also, Discord suggestions. Thank you so much for all the Discord suggestions. They are just fantastic. Cheers from down under. Take care. Bye.